life for a nigga like me. Every day I gotta fight my demons. Wake up, thank God I'm breathing. Cause all nightmares, America's dreaming. Trying to find a way to make it while surrounded by heathens. No stress long as I got a coat and I'm eating. I'm blessed and I know the most high's the reason. But my heart's bleeding, through my sleeve is seeping. For all the things that I've been peeping. Type of shit make you say fuck it and sleeping. Cause while you were sleeping, during the evening, for brothers got gunned down over the weekend. Stretched out in the streets, left leaking. Laid out, white sheet, mom's grieving. All lives gotta have more meaning than another nigga dead in the paper I'm reading. Baby mama bitching every time that you're speaking. Talking like she gonna take the kids as she's leaving. How we go from kids to ending up in the deep end. Sink or swim, lose or win, saint or sin. Where does the change begin? And when does the bullshit end? Cause I wake up in the morning, gotta do it again. Go to sleep, go to work and just do it again. Damn. Can't pretend, cause when you stand out, it's hard to blend. And what I stand for, don't fold the bend. Cause I heard real folks don't got too many friends. Cause when you speak the truth, then you tend to offend. So, while I'm gripping this pen, Lord, please have mercy on me, amen.
It's time for my people to come together and rise up. The only way we gonna take our royalty back, man, is if we do just that, man. Take it back. Kwame Yashala, nigga. Time for us to rise out of our oppression. A wise man told me each one teach one. So I need you to reach out to your brothers and sisters and teach them, man. There's no reason we should still be getting hung from trees in this day and age, man. Lord, please have mercy on me.
Clip the music, cut, call.
Good night. Plug that back up, watch where you going, bro.
I ain't gonna plug no that.
Live.
You just cut the music on, so.
Alright, if you could, let me get some of that in the cup. Water. Appreciate you. Alright, Michelle, we to what?
We online.
Good on, where we at?
We got two folks on Facebook. Nobody on YouTube yet.
No sweat, just make sure we live, please.
So like one?
Just make sure we live.
We live, come.
Alright, let me fill that up. Alright, what we got, man? Everybody situated, you got your sword, what have you?
Come.
Rock? Most High Christ. Alright, Shalom, Yahweh Shalom, Shabbarakatah, all my brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemar, Latat, Bashim Yahweh, all my sisters. You know what I'm saying? I'm priest and officer of 5,000 Hadar Yala. Camp leader of Northeast Ohio, second in command of Detroit. Today is Tuesday, the Brotherhood class. It's a lucky. We coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York, 125th Street. It's the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana. Alright? Anybody watching, y'all got any questions, let me know. Just type them in anytime. Also, if you can't hear me, let me know. Type it in. The brothers in the class, man. I got my little brother, the mighty officer of thousands of rock. Officer 1,000, priest and officer 1,000, Salaki. I got the mighty priest and officer 1,000, Mashah with me. You understand? Like I said, this Tuesday, the Brotherhood class.
Come.
Alright, always check that schedule for the UPK. You know, because we got classes daily. We here in the new school in Detroit. We got classes here. Mashah on that history class now, so we got class. What time you gonna be doing that? 7 o'clock?
5 to 7.
5 to 7? So the history class on Monday is from 5 to 7. Tuesdays, 7 to 9, Brotherhood class. Wednesday, 7 to 9, the law class. Thursday is the scripture breakdown with the mighty priest and captain of 10,000 Laban. You understand? Make sure you check that schedule. Always come by. the Isupk. So Rock, you doing that Hebrew class? We still getting the class schedule together because this is a new school. You understand? If Zarak ain't doing the Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash class 7 to 9 on Friday, he is doing the Sabbath service, which is at 10 o'clock. All right. It's very important to check the class schedule. Make sure you come by the new school. You understand? And pick up on this knowledge, man. This heavy knowledge, this heavy brotherhood. You understand? All these scriptures is very important for you, your culture, your kids. Because without these laws, you do not know how to live. You is not living right. You understand? Without the laws of God, you are not living, and that's a scripture. God damn it.
Right.
That's right.
Y'all ain't following these laws. Y'all are not living. You understand? What you doing? You're following your oppressor. That's what you're doing when you're not living the laws. You following your oppressor, doing the same thing he do, keeping the same holidays he keep, like a good old slave. You understand? When you come around the priest of the Lord, man, don't come around us with that slave talk, because we don't want to hear it. And you gonna get checked. You understand? Because we follow the scriptures. And the priest of the Lord is back on the earth. You understand? Right. And you know that because we say everything the Bible says. And that's what the Bible says. According to the Bible, that's how you know when it's a priest of the Lord. He's gonna be saying everything that's in those scriptures. You understand? Unlike your Christian pastor, who ain't telling you nothing, but watching you get killed out here every day in these streets.
Right.
It's a law to keep the brotherhood, all right? Tuesday in the UPK is Love Your Brother Day.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right. Yeah, right.
You learn how to love your brother on Tuesday in the UPK, man, and it's very important. It's very necessary that you learn how to love your brother.
Right.
With all the killings you see happening on earth today, you understand? That's because we lack brotherhood. That's because we follow an oppressor. We follow a cave beast.
Right.
We follow a mass murderer. You understand? So what's to be expected? You're going to have the same outcome as what he has. Killings, murderers, stealing, all kind of fornication, adultery, everything against the Lord. That's who you follow. A man that's against the Lord. So everything you do is against the Lord. Give me Jeremiah 6 and 16. Like I said, let me know anytime y'all got questions, just raise your hand. All right? Feedback, whatever you want, raise your hand.
We're in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways, and see, and ask for the old paths.
Stand ye in the ways and do what?
And see.
Stand ye in the ways and see, man. This is in the Bible, man. The Lord is telling us to stand ye in the ways, man. See what's going on out here in America. See what's going on out here on the earth, man, when you watch the news. Who's getting killed? Why is it the same for the Israelites all over the earth, man? In Puerto Rico, you understand? Venezuela, right here in America, North America, South America. It's all the same. In Haiti, it's all the same. And the scripture is telling you to stand ye in the way and see. See what's going on, man. Keep going.
And ask for the old paths.
Ask for the old path. See how your brother is getting destroyed, man. See how all of the sisters in the hood is being abducted and kidnapped. And nobody is saying nothing about it. See what's going on. And then when you see this nonsense, you see how your people is being destroyed and beat down and killed. You ask for the old path. You understand? Where's the old path? Because I know my forefathers, what was we doing before slavery? What was we doing before we was following the oppressor?
Right.
And loving the same God as your goddamn oppressor. What was we doing before that? Seek the old ways, man. Ask for the old ways. Keep on.
Come on. Where is the good way?
Where is the good way? Come on.
And walk therein.
Where is the good way? And walk therein. Walk in that way. You understand? Keep going.
And ye shall find rest for your soul.
And ye shall find what?
And ye shall find rest for your soul.
That's what the scriptures say. The laws are not grievous, man. So it's telling you to stand ye in the ways and see. Stand ye in the ways right now. You in America, man. Stand in the ways, man. Look at the news, man. Look what you see on the news. Look what you see on the internet. Stand ye in the ways and see how your people is being destroyed. And when you see that, you ask for the old path, man. And when you find that old path, walk therein. Don't be like these hypocrites, man. Don't be like these fake Israelite groups, man. When you find that path, walk in that path. You understand?
Right.
Keep the laws. That's what the scripture say, 1 John 5:3. That's how you know if you love the Lord. Because you doing what the Lord told you to do. You walking therein. That's how you know if you love your mother, man. If you love your father. Because you doing what they ask you to do. You understand? So the scriptures say, walk therein. Keep going.
Come, verse 17.
No, go from walk therein.
Come. And walk therein, and ye shall find rest.
And you shall find rest. When you're walking in these laws, you're going to find rest. What's going on right now? What season we in your oppressor's kingdom? This is what he called the holiday season. For black people, it's broke season. You understand? You trying to live up to what your oppressor is doing and keeping up with the feast days of the white man, but it's not meant for you. You're a slave in his kingdom.
Right.
You gonna goddamn get evicted trying to keep Thanksgiving and Halloween and Sweetest Day and Christmas. You gonna get evicted. You understand? That's why the scriptures say when you walk therein, you will find rest. How much rest? You know, only a person that came out of the world and came into the truth can answer this. But how much easier is life when you stop celebrating Christmas? How much easier did life get for you, man? How much easier did life get for you when you stop keeping up with Valentine's Day and Sweetest Day and all this foolishness that was given to you by your oppressor? That's why I said you shall find rest. Read that one more time.
Come. And ye shall find rest for your souls.
You shall find rest for your souls when you walk in the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? You shall find rest. How easy, how much better, how less stressful did your life get when you said, God damn, the white man's Christmas tree?
That's right.
Right.
You understand? The Lord has blessed me with kids, man, so goddamn it, through the year, I'll be a broke individual. You understand? Birthday after birthday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Your life is stressful because you're trying to keep up with white people and what they do when they got the funds to do this foolishness. First of all. Secondly, you filling your head and your kids' head with demons because you lying to them. You're teaching them about Santa Claus. You're teaching them that the oppressor is a good man. First of all, that is a heavy lie to keep up with. God damn. You telling your oppressor around this time that he's a good man. We celebrating Thanksgiving and we happy to come together with our family. But meanwhile, this holiday is based upon the mass murdering of your brothers.
That's right.
So imagine that stress. Imagine how easy it is when you ain't got to keep that goddamn lie no more. You understand? Read that again, man. That's heavy. And ye shall find rest. Come on.
Come. Ye shall find rest for your souls.
Come on.
But they said, we will not walk therein.
But what did our people say, man, when we go out to camp and tell them goddamn Christmas? Read.
Come. Verse 17.
No, read it again. We will not walk therein.
We will not walk therein.
Now, what do our people say when we tell them they can't be gay? Read.
We will not walk therein.
This is what our people say every time, man. When we out on the corners, when we teach in class, and we telling our people that the Most High God does not love the oppressor, man. They say what?
We will not walk therein.
We tell our brothers and sisters to love one another, man. And goddamn the white man, don't try to join to yourself, your family to the white man. Don't try to marry the white man. What they say?
We will not walk therein.
And our people are rebellious people, man. And we telling y'all the truth. The Lord has woke up the priests and prophets, all right? And we came here to tell y'all, before you get killed, to come back and follow the laws, all right? Because believe it or not, the Most High God is not all love, all right? When you see this death and destruction come upon you and your people, understand it is the Lord that doeth it. You understand? That's what the scriptures say. The Lord doeth it. Keep going.
Come. Verse 17. Also, I set watchmen over you.
Also, I did what?
I set watchmen over you.
I just got finished telling y'all about the priests and prophets that the Lord woke up in the Isupk. He sent watchmen. to tell you to come back to the laws. He sent watchmen to tell you to love your brother. He sent watchmen to tell you you can't have sex with that sister and leave her, man. You got to watch over that sister. You got to protect that sister. He sent watchmen to tell you goddamn Christmas and Thanksgiving.
That's right.
He didn't send watchmen for you to say, we will not walk therein and disobey the Lord, because when you do that, you're going to get the punishment, man. What they say, the repercussions of your actions, man. It's cause and effect. Keep going.
Come on. Hearken to the sound of the trumpet.
Man, listen to the sound of the trumpet, man. That's what it means when it says hearken. Listen to these priests, man. Listen to these watchmen when they telling you, you know what I'm saying, that two men don't belong together.
That's right.
Listen to these watchmen when they telling you to love your brother, man. Listen to these watchmen. Keep going.
Come on. But they said, we will not hearken.
What they say?
We will not hearken.
They say, man, we ain't listening to y'all. Keep going.
18. Therefore, hear, ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them.
Hear ye nations and know what is among them. Come on.
19. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people.
The Lord is telling the earth, and all the nations on the earth, I will do what?
I will bring evil upon this people.
Because you don't want to listen to the watchmen when we blow the trumpet, when we go out on these street corners and we at camp and we blazing and we telling you the white man is the devil. We blazing and telling you to come out of America and the thought process, the ideology of America, and loving everybody and all that nonsense. We telling you to do that. Read that one more time.
Come. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people.
And because we telling you that and you're not listening, the Lord is saying, I will bring evil upon these people. He telling the earth that. And what do you see happening right now in 2019? You see evil coming upon the Israelites. All right? Not everybody. Everybody went in captivity, right? You got something, right?
Come. So I was just gonna answer that question.
Go ahead.
You got missing teenagers coming out all over the country, coming up missing, getting abducted, turned into sex slaves.
Turned into sex slaves. Come on.
You also got you got the white man, you got the police officers shooting us down in the street each and every day. It's a new case of, a black man getting killed and murdered.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And also you got police officers willingly walking in your house and shooting you for no reason.
I forget about that. And the Lord said he will bring evil upon these people, man. And that's the evil that is talking about in the Bible, man. Alright? That's the evil. Somebody goddamn walking past your side window and shooting you while you playing the goddamn video game. That's the evil. Alright? Understand, man, for these things to happen to you, the Lord had to bring it up. The Lord had to bring it upon you. The Lord did that. All right? That's what you don't understand about the Bible, man. Keep going.
Come. Even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words.
Even the fruit of their thoughts, because what?
Because they have not hearkened unto my words.
Keep going.
Nor to my law, but rejected it.
But did what?
But rejected it.
Man, I don't know how many times I tell somebody, man, we on Facebook, or wherever we at, man, they posting pictures of big pork dinners. They eating all kind of shrimp, talking about this is gourmet meal. I go on there and blast them like, this ain't no gourmet meal, this is a roach. You eating a roach. You understand? And what they say, read that again.
Come. But rejected.
But rejected, man. That's what they do. That's our people. You tell our people to love their brother, man, they reject it. You tell our people to love the Lord, they say, I got a personal relationship with God, and that's your truth. You ever heard that before? That's your truth. What you mean is my truth? I just read this straight out the Bible for you. I'm out here on the street corners for you. Understand, we know the laws. You understand? We keep the Sabbath. We ain't eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We love our women. We go out there on the street corners because we love our people. And what they do? Read.
Come. But reject.
They reject it. And because they reject it, the Lord sent evils and curses upon us, man. And that's what we got going on right now. Is that 19?
Come.
Keep going till you get to 19.
This is 19.
Okay,
the end of
Mashak.
19.
Okay, Most High Christ. That's it on 19?
Yeah, come.
Mashak, get those stories. I sent you some stories. Text it to you.
You texting too? Come.
Okay.
Let me take a look.
Get that for me, because we're going to go into what happens when you reject the Lord. What evils did the Lord put on us? And how to get out of it.
They didn't come to me on one.
You ain't get it?
Let me check Messenger.
You ain't got that 624 number?
6250294.
Okay, you changed your number here. There's 2 stories on there. Check it out from my phone. Read the one about Mexico's homicide rate.
Come.
All right. We've always had the Bible, man. We had the scrolls, we had the records, man. What they call it, the Dead Sea Scrolls. We've always had the Bible. All right. Now, religion has put things on the Bible that's not true. So we rejecting the laws of the Most High God. And when you reject the laws, the Lord bring evil upon you. That's what we just read. All right. These stories is current stories that's happening to our people right now for not keeping the brotherhood, for not loving the Lord, for rejecting the laws of brotherhood. Keep going. Where you at, Michelle?
Come. This is a story from Fox News. Mexico's annual homicide count on pace to be highest in decades, as nearly 100 killed daily.
It's nearly what?
100 killed daily.
100 people killed daily in Mexico. Tribe of Isupk. All right? 100 people killed daily. That's from not keeping the brotherhood.
Right.
Come on, man. That's from not listening to the priests of the Lord. That's from not following the laws of the Most High God. You got 100 people killed daily. Keep going.
The homicide count in Mexico is on pace to reach its highest overall annual total since the country's government started keeping track in 1997.
Since they started keeping track, man, it's on its highest pace. Keep going.
With new statistics showing nearly 100 people are killed each day.
100 of our brothers and sisters dying each day because they not keeping the laws of the Most High God. Because they follow the oppressor. That's the way they think. That's the way we all think. When we put down our culture, what else is it to pick up? The culture of your enslavement. You understand? And that's what they're doing in Mexico. All right, they picked up the culture of their oppressor. And it's 100 murders a day. First of all, you gotta ask yourself, where did these brothers get these guns from? What are they fighting over? Where did they get this ideology from? All of this comes from the oppressor. Keep going.
Come. Figures from Mexico's Secretary General of National Public Safety state that there have been 29,414 homicides there so far in 2019, up from 28,869.
Man, so it's up from 28,000, now it's 29,000.
29 and a half.
Come on.
Come. In 2018, there were a total of 36,685 murders in Mexico.
Come on, man.
The most.
This is ridiculous. 36,000 murders in Mexico. This is one country, one tribe of people. You understand? 36,000 murders. What's the curses, man? The curses say you shall have an evil eye towards your brother.
Come.
You understand? Go ahead, Zerah.
So like I said, if I could, so this is it called crime? We speaking on?
Well, you can't say that around Michelle, man. Go ahead. Why you saying that though? And then I'll answer your question.
I'm just not starting to get the statistics on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like how it be like black on black crime.
There's another one. You can't say that around my shop, man. Go ahead. Let me hear you. That was it?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay, shop. Go ahead. Hit him with it.
I've searched and I've never heard of Chinese on Chinese crime. I haven't heard Japanese on Japanese crime, or even they don't even in America don't even say white on white crime. You got blue collar crime, white collar crime, and then you got black on black crime, but no white on white crime. When we all know, one, crime is committed in the geography where you live.
There you go.
Just where you live,
You
wherever.
understand what he means when he say that, Isupk? Go ahead. What do you mean when he say that?
He's saying basically like the crime in a community, as far as like if it's predominantly white people,
Yeah.
they gonna say it's white collar or something like that. But they're not gonna say or specify like black on black crime.
All right. Say it one more time, shop. I'm not breaking down.
Okay, crime is committed where people live, and if you go to white neighborhoods and cars are getting broken into, houses are getting broken into, pretty much you're gonna be a white boy doing this.
Okay, so basically he's saying, who kills Chinese people? Chinese people, that's what he's saying. Alright? That crime is based upon where you live and in that area. There's only these people living in that area, so they're committing the crimes on each other. Keep going though, Michelle. Finish your thought. You found out? Okay, go ahead, finish your thought.
My thought on that is, what they never say
Here you go.
when they put it on the news is that it was a white on white crime. What they'll tell you is that a man broke into or a woman assaulted another woman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the idea that they even came up with the nomenclature black on black crime, that saying, it's designed to make us hate each other even more. It's designed to make us hate each other even more.
To make you think that you just a big criminal.
You a big ass criminal.
The black people are the thugs. You understand? The black people are the murderers. The black people are the reason that we have crime in the city. It ain't because of nobody else, but it's the black people. You understand? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to put this ideology in your head, this thought in your head that the black people is the problem. But if you go to the white neighborhoods, who doing the crime? White people.
White people.
You understand? The Chinese neighborhoods, same thing. You know how many goddamn motherfucking Chinese immigrants it is? Lucky for my language. But they come over here, man, and they go straight to business, man. Sex trafficking, heroin, cocaine. They marking up the housing prices. They committing all kind of crimes against their people. You understand? But it's not reported. All right, so that's what the brother is getting to. That's why you kind of want to watch out for that black on black crime type of thing. Like, you don't want to say it. Now, you're going to hear it when you at camp. You know, when you in class, you're going to hear people coming out of the world. They're going to say it, but they don't understand why they saying it. But it ain't no such thing as black on black crime. You understand? But if you want to go with the term and use it, you know, we can explain why it's happening, and that's what we're doing now. And we can explain how to stop it. You understand? And that's what we're doing now. And that's the purpose of the Brotherhood class. To teach our people how to love each other. To teach our people why we're going through what we're going through. And how to stop it. So where you at? Keep going.
This year, the number of homicides is expected to surpass 36,685.
Now, why is this happening though? It's the ideology, man. They following the oppressor, man. Go to the next story. This one here. So first we read about the homicide rate for the tribe of Isupk. Now we going to Detroit. There's another story in Detroit.
The one that said nothing but the devil?
Yeah, read that one, man. I mean, it's not funny, of course, but you know how Christians talk. Nothing but the devil. She saying this, now this is the mother saying who the quote that they got this article from. This is coming from the mother. When she's saying this, she thinking red horns, you know what I'm saying, naked man with a pitchfork. But that ain't the devil. Read.
This is Fox 2 reporting through Top Buzz. Nothing but the devil. Police shooting suspect may be tied to several other shootings.
Okay? The cop got shot this weekend, man, and everybody's going crazy. Just like the story we was reading in with the tribe of Isupk. They're reporting on the murder rate in Mexico. But really, if I would have let the brother read down, he would have saw the only reason why we was hearing about this is because of those goddamn Mormons that got killed. Those white people that got killed.
Damn right.
Remember that, Michelle?
Damn right. They shot them up.
Some white people went down to Mexico, man. They got shot up, probably about 10 of them. And that's why the white man is reporting on the crime that happens in Mexico. Other than that, we wouldn't hear about it. Because they don't give a damn about our brothers and sisters.
That's right.
If it's not coming out to basically show that we just some goddamn uncivilized people, you wouldn't hear about it, all right? But in this case, they reported on the 10 people, the so-called Mormons or whatever, that got killed down there. And that's why we was hearing about Mexico's murder rate. Other than that, they don't care to bring it to the attention of us. Because they don't care about Mexico. They don't care about Mexicans. They don't care about the tribe of Isupk. They don't care about the Israelites. All right? Right now, this story is going on in Detroit. And the only reason why we hearing about this story is because of what, Rashad? Because of, go ahead.
You talking about this one right here?
The one you about to read. You don't know.
Gotta be a cop that got killed.
Because of the cop. It ain't because black people killing black people. They could give a damn about what happens in our neighborhood. They could give a damn about us killing ourselves. That's why they purposely pull up trains in your hood and leave them unlocked with full of guns. You hear about that in Chicago all the time. They giving you guns to kill yourself.
That's right.
So you're not hearing about this story because they want the crime to stop. They want it to keep going. They promote this. But we gonna make the crime stop because we gonna promote these brotherhood classes. We gonna promote how to love your brother, man. That's what we doing at Isupk, man. We show you that loving your brother is cool, man. It's popular. You know, you got to be cool. You got to be trendy to black people. They ain't gonna do it.
That's
the
right.
Lord woke up the priests and prophets of the UPK to show you it's cool to love God. Love your brother, man. God damn. You gonna kill your brother because the white man told you to? Come on, man. Keep going.
Kind. Fox 2 Detroit. Chronologically, the death of Officer Rasheem McClain, police say at the hands of a 28-year-old man with a high-powered rifle, was last in a long list of alleged violent and deadly activity. Just 2 days before McClain was killed and his partner Felipe Batum Bise was shot in the ankle, a 31-year-old man was killed in his shooting. His older brother was in the same car and was also hurt. The person police think did it is the same man accused of killing McClain. Quote, "This is a tragedy because this man was a good man. I never saw this coming. I'm just done. I've cried so much, I'm out of it."
They talking about the cop, right?
Dania Townsend said.
They talking about the cop.
Conway Khan.
More than likely, this was a crooked ass cop, man. There's a black man in the police department in Detroit, a predominantly black city. To be a cop in this city, you have to oppress your people. You understand? You not to be a goddamn cop in any city. You got to oppress the Israelites. Or you ain't no cop. You either gonna quit or they gonna fire you. You understand? Right. So to say he was a good man, I just can't agree. But keep going.
She's the victim's, Dania Townsend is the victim's high school sweetheart. She and Dantes Calhoun have 2 young children together. You selfish and you know you are wrong. And if you don't feel no mercy behind this, you're nothing but the devil, Townsend wanted to say to Dante's shooter.
So you're nothing but the devil. Who want to break that down? What does she really mean? Who was he really acting like? Go ahead, Rashad.
She don't know she's telling the truth because the scriptures say that you are of your father the devil, and his lust thereof you will do. And I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
And so what this brother has done in killing this other brother is what our oppressor has been doing ever since we've been under their thumb, and that's just killing us without a care.
Damn right.
Killing us without a care.
Damn
And
right.
she talking about some little man the same color as that wall behind you,
Right.
living underground somewhere,
Right.
which don't exist.
Right.
But she did open her mouth and said, "You nothing but the devil. He's going to do the lust thereof of his father." What she don't understand also is that she also does the lust of her father.
Goddamn right, that's heavy,
The devil.
man. That you cut on her like that as well. You understand? Because while she going at the brother, you know what I'm saying, for doing the oppressor's work, she is the same thing. You understand? Ain't nobody following the laws. All right. So go ahead. What you got?
So like about the shot, if I may, here's the proof. We know that the law in Israel says, if a man entices a maid to lie with her,
Right.
he shall endow her to be his wife. And here she's represented as being a childhood sweetheart, having 2 children by this man, but nobody's mentioned her as being his wife.
Critiquing the author's writings, yes. Yes, he did call her somewhat of a friend, but we know what it is.
Yeah.
But let's stay on top.
Come.
Keep going.
Police say Calhoun and his brother met with the suspect.
Salami, read what she said again.
Come. You selfish and you know you are wrong. And if you don't feel no mercy behind this, you're nothing but the devil.
Okay. Now, the brother in this article here, he shot a cop. He killed the cop, shot another. All right. He's a suspect in about 5 other murders as well. Now she called him the devil, and what Mashah said was right, man. All right. He is acting like his father, the devil. All right. And what she said was, if he don't feel no mercy, when you follow your oppressor, you won't feel mercy for killing your brother.
That's right.
All right. The scriptures say that a nation shall come from afar, whose tongue you don't understand.
That's right.
Who don't give a damn about the young or the old. Paraphrasing, of course. You understand? And that's what we do when we kill our brothers, man. We act just like the oppressor that enslaved us. Okay? And that's what he's doing, and that's what the sister meant when she said that. I know the brother Rashad broke it down, but I had to piggyback off of that because that's heavy. You understand? He is acting like his father, the devil. And that's why we have so much crime against our brothers, so many murders that we read about in Mexico and that we read about right now in the city of Detroit. It's because we act like white people, man. We act like the colonizer or the oppressor, man.
That's right.
What did he do when he came over here? This is around Thanksgiving time, so you should understand this story clearly.
Damn right.
He came over here and befriended our brothers and sisters from the tribe of Gad and then killed them, man. He showed them no mercy, man. All right? And that's who we act like when we kill our brothers and sisters. We act just like the oppressor, man. We do just what the oppressor does. Okay? And it's time for us to come out of that thought process. Dog eat dog. You know what I'm saying? We love white people more than we love the man that lives next door that look just like us. Why is that, man? How can you live next door to somebody and not love them? You live next door, watch them grow up, but you could watch somebody break in their house. You could watch their wife just creep on and off, come back, having all kind of adultery on the husband. You understand? If that man step on your grass one time too many, you ready to pull a gun on him. You love your oppressor more than you love your brother, man. That's because ye are of your father the devil. You understand? Like the sister said, unknowingly, talking about a red man with a horn. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Come. Police say Calhoun and his brother met with the suspect on Nodell last week. The brothers were both shot. Then the suspect drove the car over to the 5900 block of Harding leaving Calhoun to die.
So a week before he killed the cop, he shot 2 more brothers. Shot 2 brothers in the car, left them there. Took off in the car, drove it somewhere, left them to die. You understand? This is what happens when you don't have brotherhood, man. All right? It's time for this to stop, man. We got to learn how to love our brothers and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Give me a time check. What you got, brother?
741.
Okay, keep going with that story.
Come. Family says his brother was shot 6 times, but is stable and talking. But there are 2 other shootings police believe the suspect could be connected to that happened even before the Calhoun brothers were shot. If that man was already supposed to have been locked up, he should have already been locked up, and he wouldn't have had a chance to do this to my cousin, said Robin Humphrey. The day before Calhoun was killed, police said the suspect also could have been tied to a shooting near Wyoming and 7 Mile.
They're pinning about 6 murders on one brother. Come on, keep going.
In that case, police say a dark-colored sedan pulled along a Cadillac. Someone inside fired shots and hit the victim, who was critically injured.
This is Christianity, all right? This is what happened when you follow Christianity. Christianity, man, it goddamn turned brothers into damn serial killers, man. You understand? Christianity not loving the Lord, loving your oppressor more than you love your people. This is the product of Christianity, what you see with this brother right here, man. Come on.
Another thing police are still investigating is another shooting 2 weeks ago at the same house where Officer McClain and his partner were shot. Police think the same suspect shot up the place then, too, looking for an ex.
Looking for an ex. So it's adultery in here. As we read on, you will see all the laws that you see being broken and the actions that come from breaking these laws. Come on.
We've been told that's why the suspect, who has not yet been named because he hasn't been officially charged yet in any of these cases.
That's why the scripture said what we read in Jeremiah, man, seek out the old paths and walk therein. If you loving your brother, you ain't going through this.
Right.
If you seeking out the old path and you following the laws, ain't nobody committing no adultery and fornication, so he ain't got no reason to shoot up your house. That's why it says, man, that you will find rest therein when you keep these laws.
That's right.
Your life is so much easier when you keep the laws, man. I ain't about to commit adultery with my brother's wife, and because I ain't doing that, I ain't got to worry about him coming to look for me.
That's right.
You understand? Good night, man. Keeping the laws of the Most High God cuts out half of the murders right there, all of them.
Pretty much.
Because you ain't trespassing against your brother for him to come look for you.
That's right.
Come on.
Where were we? It said he was also at the house last week to see an ex, and the family called the police. He was on parole. If we had identified him in a drive-by shooting, we could have revoked his parole then and sought an additional warrant for shooting into an inhabited dwelling. So I am angry about this. I just don't have all the facts yet. It's still early, but we are connecting the dots on this case. James,
Okay, drop that. Come on, give me that. What you got, Michelle? You got something? Come on, let me hear it.
The police is not innocent in this either.
Go ahead.
Once, this is how the system works. If you on parole, you're a felon. The police get a call that you're waving a gun. Nobody is going to talk to you, or not. They're going to arrest you, whether you got the gun on you or not.
Because of what?
If you are on parole,
yeah,
you're in a domestic situation,
right,
and somebody said you had a gun,
yeah,
you're going to be in jail while they figure it out.
yeah, definitely.
So if they call the police before The police is the reason he's still on the street. That he got to put in that position to kill anybody.
Right. From them not doing their job.
Because they didn't do their job and just take him off the street and let his parole officer make a decision.
I'm partial on that though, because if you keep reading in that story, you'll see they ain't even charged that brother.
Not yet.
They ain't even charged him. They don't even got the evidence that they saying. Like, for real, it sounds like they trying to do some IUIC shit on him. Go ahead, what you got?
It's like, well, that was my next thing. Because all this is predicated upon facts.
Right.
Okay? They saying they haven't charged him, they don't have all the facts yet. But at the same time, they're trying him in the media.
Right.
And it sounds like they closing a bunch of open cases that he just happened. They're just gonna drop these, he's gonna get bodies I got a feeling he didn't have nothing to do with.
Exactly.
You see, he might have shot the cops. But until witnesses come and say they saw him do this other stuff, it's hard for me to believe the police.
I mean, he probably won't go down. It's the fact that he killed the cop, that they gonna find somebody to pin this on. And that's what it looks like to me. But if the brother would be following the laws, it's nothing they can put on him. Like the scriptures tell you to be blameless. So when they bring up Mashah's name, they can't say nothing about Mashah. They might have said something a couple years ago. That Mashah was in all this shit a couple years ago. But right now, I can't say nothing about that brother. And that's why the Bible tells you to be blameless. That brother out here, man, he's probably known for hating his brother. So it's easy to pin something on you when you're known for hating your brother. You understand? When you live in the ideology and you act like the oppressor, it's easy for you to do these things and not to have a heart when you do it, not to care. You understand? General Lyman dropped something heavy, man, in class, man, onto the fact is why we aren't successful criminals. You understand? Did you see that? And that was heavy, man. You understand? And that's real talk right there. We have that conscience that keeps us from, some of us, that keeps us from being successful criminals and successful in America sometimes. But this brother or brothers that do this, they follow their oppressor so much that, you understand, they could act just like them. Some of our brothers and sisters get caught up in the ideology or the thought process of America. Okay? And that's what we're going to touch on today. Give me Jeremiah, the 51st chapter, 51 and 34. So, Rock, check on, who got the scripture?
Say it again, sir?
Who got the scripture?
I got the scripture already.
You got the scripture, okay. Michelle, check online on Facebook, YouTube, see if we got any questions, anything like that. Go ahead, read what you got.
The book of Jeremiah, 17 verse
51, the 51st chapter, 51 and 34.
Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 34. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had devoured me. He had
That's not Nebuchadnezzar.
It's like it's
Nebuchadnezzar, something like that. Nebuchadnezzar is the king who Christ was talking to in John. Go ahead.
It's like common God, sir.
It's understandable if you can't pronounce it. Keep going.
The king of Babylon had devoured me. He had crushed me.
King of Babylon have done what?
He had devoured me. He had crushed me.
Okay, now what we doing is we breaking down why this brother could go and kill so many of his brothers. Wow. Salaki. Why the tribe of Isupk has a murder rate of 100 murders per day. All right?
Common God.
We've lost our culture, man. priests and prophets were raised up, and we tell our people what they should be doing, but our people rather follow the oppressor, okay? And right now, we breaking down America. This is what we about to do. We're gonna break down the prophecies that's gonna happen to America, and why you kill your brothers, all right? So that's what's going on. Read that again from the top.
Come. Jeremiah 51 and 34. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had devoured me. He had crushed me. He had made me an empty vessel.
That's what happened when you live in America, man. We come up, we were brought here, man. We were kidnapped and brought here to this slavery, to this captivity, man. And we served under our oppressors, man. And our oppressors did what? Read again.
Come. He had made me an empty vessel.
Man, our oppressors made us an empty vessel, man. He's devoured us. He's crushed us. He's taken away your spirit. You understand? He's taken away the laws from you and your culture. The black man think his culture is rap music. How pathetic is that? You think your culture is baggy jeans. That's what you think your culture is. The black man think his culture is goddamn brush waves. That's what the black man think his culture is. Ain't that? It's almost comical, man. You understand? That's what we think our culture is, man. Hip hop and R&B. That's what they call black culture. A funny way that you may pronounce the white man's English. Slang, what they call it. That's our culture. That's what we call our culture. He's devoured us, man. He's crushed us. He's made us an empty vessel. You're an empty vessel, man. You don't even care about your brother. You don't care how your brother feels. You don't care about your brother's woman, man. There's no mercy when you see your brother. You've become an empty vessel because you follow America. You follow the kings of America. Whoever America put on high, that's who you follow. You backing that ass up with Juvenile. You understand? That's how you look at your woman. Black women. You understand? It's trap or die with Jeezy. That's what you do. Because you follow who white people put on high. You follow your oppressor. You follow America. Paid in full. Scarface. That's how you live your life. According to TV and what movies say. You've been devoured and crushed. And you've been made an empty vessel. Keep going.
Come. He has swallowed me up.
Come on.
Like a dragon.
He swallowed me up like a dragon, man. He took everything that you thought you knew and he erased it. You can't even call yourself by your name that you used to call yourself. You got to call yourself John and Smith and Monroe and all these slave names. You understand? Right. Read that again.
Come. He has swallowed me up.
Swallowed you up like a dragon. Come on.
Like a dragon. He had filled his belly with my delicates. He had cast me out.
He filled his belly with your delicates, man. He used you up. That's what America does, man.
That's right.
Look at your black athletes, man. Good night. He get these brothers in. Look what they did to OJ. They loved OJ, didn't they? Mashai, you know this. You watch OJ come up.
Come.
OJ was the juice man.
Running through the airport.
Running through the airport till he married a white woman. Then they hated OJ's guts, man. They used OJ for whatever he had. They swallowed him up like a dragon. And then they cast him out. Now they say they don't need more OJ no more. You can have a black man. You understand? Look what they do to all black athletes, man. Any black man, they use you up, man. What they do to the slave who made the cotton gin and the stoplight. Look at the black man that made the air conditioning. All these things, the refrigerator, man, they used us up. They cast us out. We don't get credit for these things. You understand? You don't even know these black people who made these inventions. But guess who you do know? Mike Zuckerberg. Why do I even know that goddamn devil's name? You understand? Ain't no black man ever invented nothing better than Facebook. You a goddamn lie. You understand? But it's because we're black. We're the Israelites. We're the chosen people of the Most High God. And they hate our guts. They devoured us and cast us out. Look at the white athletes in comparison to the black athletes. Man, these brothers do 10, 20 years in the league, man. They come out, look at Allen Iverson, broke as a joke. And they talking about it. But then you got white boys like Gronkowski. Nigga said he ain't never, that white boy said he ain't never cashed one of his NFL checks yet. They live comfortable after they retire. These white boys, man, they go on to start corporations and all kind of tech ventures, man. But what do they do with the Israelites, man? Read that again.
Come on. He hath filled his belly with my delicates. He hath cast me out.
Cast you out. That's what they do. Keep going.
Come on, 35. The violence done to me and to my flesh be upon Babylon.
But guess what, black man? The violence done to you and your brothers be upon Babylon, be upon America. Man.
That's right.
Understand that America is a Babylon in the Bible when you read about the Bible. When you read Babylon in the Bible, it's talking about America. America is called the daughter of Babylon. Babylon the Great. You understand? The whore that sits upon many waters, man. That's America in the Bible. You understand this? There's many prophecies that you can go to that proves this, but we breaking it down for you right now. Read that one more time.
Come. The violence done to me and to my flesh be upon Babylon.
Do not ever think that the Lord will let the white man get away for enslaving and destroying his people.
Most High Christ.
You a goddamn fool if you think that the Lord is going to let the white man get away with the violence that he's done to the Lord's chosen people.
Right.
Slavery. Taking away the culture. What is the scripture, man? In Zechariah. Give me that real fast and then go back. I think it's Zechariah 1:5. Give me that one, Sean. You stay where you at, Zerah. Matter of fact, Zerah, read it one more time while he getting that scripture.
Come. The violence done to me and to my flesh be upon Babylon.
Be upon Babylon, man. The violence done, man. The things that happen to us, man. You understand? Yes, we were serving out a punishment because we broke the Most High's laws. But what America and the white man has done past that, man, it will never be forgotten. Read what you got, Rashawn.
Come. Zechariah 1:5. Your fathers, where are they? And the prophets, do they live forever? But my words, verse 6, but my words and my statutes, which I commanded my servants, the prophets, did they not take hold of your fathers? And they returned and said, like as the Lord of hosts.
Go ahead, forward. Start at forward.
Come. Zechariah 1:4. Be ye not as your fathers, unto whom the former prophets have cried, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, turn ye now from your evil ways, and from your evil doings. But they did not hear, nor hearken unto me, saith the Lord. Your fathers.
Go to 15.
Come. Zechariah 1, verse 15. And I have, Salakia, and I am very sore displeased.
All right, that's it. Go ahead.
With the heathen.
Very sore and displeased with the heathen. Come on.
That are at ease.
That are at ease, man. America's at ease right now for the crimes that is done against the Israelites. America's at ease, and the Lord is saying, I am very, what?
Sore displeased with the heathen.
Come on.
That are at ease.
Come on.
For I was but a little displeased.
I was but a little displeased, man. The Lord put us in this captivity for the laws that we broke against him. Come on.
And they helped forward the affliction.
They know what?
Forward the affliction.
The white man took it too far, man. God damn. He took your name. He took your culture. He stole your identity. All right? Read that again, man.
Come. I don't want to come.
The last part.
For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
Come on, man. They helped forward the affliction. Is that it on that? So Rock, where you at?
Come. We had Jeremiah 51 and 36.
Come on.
The violence done to me and to my flesh be upon Babylon.
Be upon the white man. Be upon America, man. You ain't killing your brothers for no reason, all right? You killing your brothers because you joined the white man. You decided to go against the Lord and follow your oppressor and his thought process. Keep going.
Come. Shall the inhabitant of Zion say, and my blood upon the inhabitants of Chaldea shall Jerusalem say.
And my blood upon the inhabitants of the great city of Babylon. All right? That's what the people shall say. It's your fault because you're not following the Lord, but understand why you're not following the Lord. Understand who took that culture from you. And your blood is upon America. And the Lord is not going to forget what happened to his people here in this disgusting place, man. Understand that. Understand the people you following are going to be destroyed. The place that you love, that you go against the Lord for, is going to be destroyed.
What?
You understand? Keep going.
Come.
What verse you at?
I'm at verse 36.
Keep going.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will plead thy cause.
Therefore, I will what?
Plead thy cause.
Understand when the Lord say he will plead thy cause, he is not talking about asking. He's not talking about being friends with the white man, all right?
That's right.
That's not what you hearing right here. He said, I will do what?
I will plead thy cause.
Come on.
And take vengeance for thee.
And do what?
And take vengeance for thee.
That's what's going to happen, man. The Lord is going to take vengeance for the Israelites, for the crimes that America, the white man, has committed against his people. The Lord said he will plead for us, man. Keep going.
Come. And I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry.
I will dry what?
Her sea.
Come on.
And make her springs dry.
Understand, man, this is twofold. Look what happened to Egypt, man. All right? Egypt was a great civilization at one time with rivers flowing through the land. Now what is it? It is a desert. You understand? It's a desert. The same thing is going to happen to America. Thus saith the Lord. That's what you're reading right now. Keep going.
Come. 37. And Babylon shall become heaps.
Babylon shall become what?
Heaps.
Come on.
A dwelling place for dragons.
Come on.
An astonishment. And an hissing without an inhabitant.
Without an inhabitant. Go ahead, what you guys are Mashah. This is the place that you clinging on to, though. It's going to be left without an inhabitant, man. This is the ideology. Everything about America will be destroyed, thus saith the Lord. Go ahead, Mashah.
I had a question about verse 36 of
Let me hear it.
the second half. It said, and I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, going to turn the place into a desert.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's speaking figuratively, could this also mean what we see happening right now in America, and that is white people can't produce babies. Babies being the spring, being what's supposed to take over. And so they're the offspring, literally, the offspring, but they're not having them like that. And so they're starting to dry up, and these folks are doing more and more stealing other folks' babies and all of that.
I don't want to think of it as more along as the production side, but more on the money side.
On money?
More on the strength of what America is doing, how America controls everything, and for example, the dollar in America is backed by oil, right? You may not know this, but it's backed by oil. It used to be backed by gold. They took that away. It's backed by oil now. That's why they're fighting so hard for Venezuela and Iraq and Iran, all these oil producing countries, all right? They're fighting for it. The Lord is tearing that away from them. He's drying up the springs. You understand? He's drying up the seas. What you need springs and seas for? We remember, before all this technology, what was people? What did they do? Go ahead.
There was hunters and gatherers and
Agricultural
farmers.
society.
Huh.
So civilization was mainly put where? Where did your main city start?
In the family.
Where the water was. Where the
Oh,
rivers flow.
come.
They going by the water. They set up shop right there. You know, the fish, the water. They eat to drink. They hunt. They set up their cities close to the water. So it say they springs will dry up. All right. The economy of America is gonna dry up. Everything about America is gonna dry up, and it's gonna be without an inhabitant. This place is gonna be dead, just like Tyre and Zidon, just like Egypt. You know, just like all the major places in the Bible where the Israelites were once upon a time. Timbuktu on the west coast of Africa, same thing. These were all great places at one time when the Israelites dwelt there. When we left, it dried up. So it's touching on it. Keep going.
Come. Verse 38. They shall roar together like lions.
Give me 33.
33. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like the threshing floor.
Threshing floor. Thus saith the Lord, the daughter of Babylon is like what?
Like a threshing floor.
Come on.
It is time to thresh her.
It is time to thresh her. Who knows what a threshing floor is? Go ahead, Michelle.
Come. The threshing floor is where you take your grain once you cut it in the field and let it dry. You bring it in here and you beat it so that the grain will separate from the shaft. And they call that threshing. You pick it up, toss it around, beat it, and all of that, and you get three things from it. You'll get the shaft, which is real light, that if a wind came through, it will blow it away. Then you have the stalks and stems left. That'll be on the floor. But when you pick that up and throw it in the garbage or throw it in the fire, is where they normally throw that in. Then you have your grain, your seed left right there on the threshing.
Get that brother here. All right, that's what the threshing floor is. All right, it's a flat surface where we would take the crops before it was, you know what I'm saying, ready to sell, ready to eat. All right, we put it right there on the threshing floor. That was the money table. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we were an agricultural society.
That's right.
Everything was based upon farming, and that's where your money came from, your cattle and your crops, all right? That threshing floor is where you went right before, you know what I'm saying? You got it in, you broke down everything. It was a flat surface where the money went, basically, the crops. Keep going. And it says the daughter of Babylon is what, read?
It's like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her.
It is time to what?
Thresh her.
Come on.
Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come.
Yeah, a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. Come on, Michelle, what you got?
Come.
It looks like you got something. Let me hear it, brother.
Harvest, when we harvest, we reap. And no, you're not. The Bible says, I don't know exactly what it's at, ye shall reap what you sow. And there's tons and tons of precepts. He that leads into captivity.
You know I know you
will be led into captivity. He that kills by the sword must be killed by the sword. The laws of the Most High are more sure than the law of gravity.
Damn right. That's heavy, man. That's heavy right
You throw a brick up there and don't move, you're going to get hit in the head. All this stuff that Babylon is doing to the children of Israel and have been doing to the children of Israel, there's some recompense.
There you go.
There's some recompense. You got some wages coming back to you.
And that's what this verse is saying. Our people, the Israelites, we've been put here because of our sins, because of the laws that we broke against, the transgressions of the laws against the Most High God. That's why we're here, okay? Not to follow after your oppressor, not to join to this place. Joining to this place, understand you're going to be destroyed right with the white man. And that's what this verse is saying.
Come.
You understand? Babylon is a threshing floor. Read it from there.
Come. Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her.
It is time to thresh her, man. Joining to this place. Understand that it is time for this place to be destroyed. Come on.
Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come.
And the time of her harvest shall surely come, man. Understand, man. You doing all this evil against the Most High God. It's just like the brother said, man, with the gravity. Rest assured that these punishments is going to come back upon you, man. All right? And it's time for America to be destroyed. So our people that's joining on to America and the ideology of America, Christianity, the Catholic Church, the Muslim mosque, you joining to all of this, understand you're going to be destroyed. Where you at on that? What verse?
This is verse 33. The end of verse 33.
Give me verse 1.
Jeremiah 51 verse 1. Thus said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up
The Lord
against me.
said he will do what?
I will raise
The
up.
Lord said he's going to raise up against Babylon and them that's joined to Babylon. The people that loves America so much. The people that argue with you when you at camp. Your Christian pastor. You understand? Everybody in that Christian church that argue for the white man that love his oppressor. The Lord is saying what?
I will raise up against Babylon and against them
And against them, come on,
that dwell in the midst of them
that dwell in the midst of them, come on,
that rise up against me.
that rise up against me. How do you rise up against the Lord? Go ahead, Zerah.
By justifying eating pork and coming up against the prophets.
That's how you rise up against the Lord, by disobeying the Lord. By worshiping white Jesus. That's how you rise up against the Lord. By saying God loves everybody, man, that's blasphemy. You understand? Because the Lord said that the rest of the nations is like spit. So you lying on the Most High God. That's how you rise up against the Lord. So he said he's gonna come up against America and the people that dwell in America that come up against him. Good night, man. That's heavy. That brings a whole new life to you disobeying me and disobeying God. That gives a whole new life to you arguing with me over the scriptures, don't it?
Right.
Damn right.
Read that to your goddamn favorite Christian, man. Read that to your favorite Christian. Show your favorite Christian that, man. You trying to get down with America, joining to America, killing your brothers. You trying to be a cop. You trying to go and fight in Donald Trump's war. You understand? All these things that you're trying to do, you joining yourself to America. And the Lord said, it's the America is the goddamn threshing floor. It's time for the Lord to rise up against Babylon, rise up against America, and everybody that's joined to it. So remember that when you bust your mouth open to go against me in these scriptures, man. Remember that when you see a priest and prophet on the streets, because he loves you, teaching you what to do. Remember that before you go up against him, man.
Right.
Come on, read that again.
Come. Behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them.
And against them that dwell in the midst of them. Come on.
That rise up against me.
That will come up against the Lord, man. Come on.
A destroying wind.
A what?
A destroying wind.
The white man got drones. The white man got satellites in space. The white man got tanks. He got guns, bullets, all these things. Who does he think he's fighting against? Because the Lord is going to send a what?
A destroying wind.
That's the Lord's weapons. When you see a goddamn tornado rip through the suburbs, understand who did that. Who did it? That destroying wind. You understand? Understand the Lord ain't coming down here to fight with you and tussle and arm wrestle with the goddamn white man. The Lord will send what?
A destroying wind.
A hurricane.
A destroying wind.
A tornado.
That's right.
A destroying wind.
Goddamn tsunami to hit the water and send a 50-foot wave. You understand? That is the Lord's weapons, man. He gonna send a destroying wind, man, to kill the people that come up against him, to kill the people that join to America, to kill the people that hate their brother, man. That's what the Lord is gonna do. Send a destroying wind. Come on, man. Drop down to 6.
Verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
Flee out of the midst of Babylon, man. Come out of that doctrine, man. Come out of Christianity.
That's right.
Come out of loving a white man. You're a goddamn oppressor that has shown you nothing but hatred, evil, murder, thievery. That's what the white man has shown you your whole existence, yet you love him. Come on, man, read that again.
Come on. Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
Flee out of the midst of Babylon, come on.
And deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off and hurry iniquity.
So the Lord is telling us to flee out of the midst of Babylon and free every man his soul, man. Tell your brothers and sisters to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Come on, man. Read.
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
This is the time of the Lord's vengeance, man. It ain't time to hold hands with white people, man. It ain't that time. This is the time for the Lord's vengeance, all right? Everybody that's joined to the white man, to the oppressor, to the Lord's enemies, you're going to be destroyed. Thus saith the Lord. It ain't the time to be playing around with the laws of the Lord.
Right.
It's time for you to love your brother. It's time for you to understand why you're being killed out here, why these evils and curses is coming upon you. It's because you follow America. It's because you follow the kings of America. It's because celebrities are your leaders.
That's right.
That's why. It's because you follow goddamn dumbasses like Jay-Z.
Right.
He's a goddamn buffoon with money. That's what he is. But because you follow him and he serves his oppressor gladly, you're being destroyed.
That's right.
Keep going.
Come. He will render unto her a recompense.
You will render unto her what?
A recompense.
What that mean? Go ahead, Michelle.
Payback.
That's what he's gonna do. He will render unto her what?
Recompense.
A recompense, man. If you think America is gonna get away from slavery, you a fool. You understand? He will render her a recompense. You think America is gonna get away from killing the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? For destroying the northern kingdom, man, the northern tribe, man, came to America and just destroyed the buffalo to keep to starve the Native American Indians, man, the so-called Native Americans. Come on, man. The Lord will do what?
He will render unto her a recompense.
He will render unto her a recompense. Come on.
Verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
And that's heavy right there. Who going to break that down? Read some more.
That made all the earth drunken.
Come on.
The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
Come on. Break that down. Who got it? Start at the top.
Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken.
Come on.
The nations have drunken of her wine.
Babylon. Y'all want me to do it?
I'm trying to get it.
Go ahead, Michelle.
Can you read just one more time?
Start at the top.
Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
Come. Babylon, America, whether she knows it or not, she's in the Lord's hand. And she's been allowed to be for the purpose that the Lord will have her allowed to be. And that's a golden cup. That means a gold, that wealth, she's had wealth. And the kings of the world have come and drank from that cup. And in drinking from that cup, I don't know, I remember in the 70s being in Korea, I knew I was in a different culture. You go anywhere in the world today, their major cities are pretty much like New York.
Is that right?
New York, Taiwan, Hong Kong,
Hong Kong,
any,
sure.
any major city over in the Middle East, go to Israel, go to these major cities, they all look like New York. All they used to say, all roads lead to Rome. When you look at how people act in the world today and what they're doing on the world stage, all roads lead to America, to Babylon. Everybody's trying to look like Babylon, trying to be like Babylon. And that's where they're drunk. Because each nation had its own land, could have stayed within their borders, could have kept their culture and the Most High, but everybody want to be like Babylon. Everybody's outside their borders. Chinese now want to colonize Africa.
Right.
That sounds like something the Europeans did, right?
That's how you, man. The brother's on point, man. Read it one more time.
Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Think of the scripture in Genesis where it says the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And think of how it's a scripture where the Lord basically said like he allowed them to become so great just so when he destroyed them, y'all would see his power. You know what I'm saying? Think of it like that. So read it again.
The Lord's hand that made all the earth, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
In the Lord's hand. So you know that the Lord allowed America to do this great evil and become this great society.
That's
It's
right.
in the Lord's hand. Come on.
That made all the earth drunken.
And made all the earth drunken, like the brother said, man. It's because, you know, America is on top right now. So all these places feed off of America, man. What happens, man? I read a story where it said Iraq. All right, these Muslim countries are real strict, and they're having a problem over there since they allow their people to get these smartphones and the internet and what have you. Now they're all becoming gay. They all, you know, they men and stuff. They want to be openly gay now, whereas before you knew you goddamn well you get your head chopped off over there for that type of stuff. You know, a woman speaking to another man or sitting in the car with another man when she's married over in Dubai and Iraq and all these things, they get killed for that. You understand? So what they doing is they fussing now how the internet has basically corrupted their countries. All right. So read that one more time, man. I'm losing my train of thought.
Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
And that's how they made the earth drunken. You know what I'm saying? Through the internet, through America just becoming a great nation. You know, in the people, the heathens' eyes, everybody want to be like America. They want to dress like Americans. You already know, man. They want to sing our songs, and you know what I'm saying. Hold your point in the shot. That's how they made the other nations drunk, the earth drunken. You understand? With the philosophy or the ideology of America. Just like what we talking about tonight with our brothers. The brother is wanted for damn near 6-7 murders, man. All sound like on the east side, the majority of them. This nigga in the 6-7 block radius, they can't catch him. That's because he's learned to hate his people because he followed white people. Look at the tribe of Isupk in America and in Mexico, we just read about. 100 murders a day. Why is that? Because he's becoming drunk with the philosophy of America. You understand? The nations have become drunk from America. And what it's talking about in the scripture is Babylon, but we know as America and the ideology of America. So keep going. Salaam, Shah, you have something? Go ahead.
Look at the Middle East. They didn't even go this last big war that they started, has been going on for 10, 15, 20 years now. They didn't go over there until after they baited the women in those countries, and they baited the women with public television. And they did a documentary about how Islam is dogging out their women. How those folks in the Middle East are dogging out their women because they couldn't go to school and they couldn't get a job and all of this. And once they aired that, then they went over there and began to invade Iraq. They went over and just began to invade.
So once they put the propaganda out,
Once they put the propaganda out, got enough of the women willing to what? Turn against their men, to think differently than their men, to think like an American woman.
right?
And they do that by telling you what? Well, you have a right to.
Mm.
You see, you to whatever.
Right.
Women have rights to do this, that, and that's how they got there. And what they intimated, though they didn't prove it, is that all women except for American women or European women or American thinking women are oppressed in the world. That's the big message from America. That's how they get to the women, and they go back to the Garden of Eden with this
That's
bullshit.
heavy with that, man, that you said that. Because that spirit, man, is real heavy, real strong in America. You know, to serve your man is the oppression of a woman. When the Bible says that's what you was put here to do. So it's just real heavy how America takes on all the traits of Babylon, which is why it's called the daughter of Babylon in the Bible. Whoever disagrees with that is an unlearned individual. It ain't no getting around that, man. I see fake Israelites on Facebook and YouTube talking about Babylon is Iraq. Like, dude, like, come on. But keep going, where we at?
The nations have drunken her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
They drunk in that wine. They got caught up in the money and the Christianity of America. Therefore the nations are drunk. Keep going, what verse you at?
I'm going to verse 8.
That was the end of 7?
Count.
Okay, give me 45.
Verse 45. My people, go ye out of the midst of her.
I want y'all to listen to this. And I want y'all to precept it, alright? Start at the top, go ahead.
Count. My people, go ye out of the midst of her.
Go ye out of the midst of her, man. Go ye out of the midst of Babylon. Come on.
And deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord.
Go ye out of the midst of Babylon and deliver what?
And deliver every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord.
Man, come on, man. Are we not doing that right now? That's why in the Isupk we say, man, this is the home of the truth. You understand? It ain't nobody but us. It ain't no other Israelite groups out there. You understand? This is the only camp.
That's right.
This is the body of the Lord, man, because we do thus saith the Lord. Read that one more time.
Come. My people, go ye out of the midst of her.
We teach our people, man, to leave America, leave the ideology, leave the doctrine of America, leave Christianity, leave the Catholic Church. Come on.
And deliver ye every man his soul.
We definitely go get our brothers and sisters out of these hoods. We deliver them souls, man. We trying to bring all our peoples into the house of the Lord. Come on.
From the fierce anger of the Lord.
Because we know that if our people keep this up, they're going to get destroyed right along with Babylon, right along with America. So we tell them, man, come out of this hell that you're living in. Love your brothers and sisters, man. Stop killing your brother, man. Stay with that woman if you lay with her. You understand? Before you get killed. Because that's what's going to happen. The Lord is a gangster, man. He ain't playing with us. You can see it. If you think I'm lying, look around. Who's on the bottom? The children of Israel. Who's getting killed the most? The children of Israel. You understand? Who don't know who they are? Who don't know who their God is? The children of Israel. These are all curses that fall upon us in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. So everything he said he was going to do, he did it. He ain't playing no games with us. And that's why we telling y'all to come out of America. Come out of society. Come out of the thought process, man, the doctrine of America, and start loving your brothers. Stop killing your brothers, man, before the Lord kills you. The Lord will kill your little daughter, man.
That's right.
Just so you can wake up and see what's going on. The Lord will kill your little son, man. Your little son, you think you about to go out to Zap Zone on his birthday? The Lord will shoot your car up, man. I'm telling you. We see it happening all the time. We just read about it in the news.
That's right. That's right.
The Lord will put a spirit out there to knock you off for being a part of America. Keep going.
Come. Verse 46. Unless your heart faints.
All right, stop. Y'all read that. Give me a precept. What you got?
Revelation.
Rank in order. Go ahead, bro.
It's like this. This is a Revelation, I believe, like the 18th chapter.
What you got, Rashad?
Come out of her.
Verse 4. I want.
Oh, both of y'all want one? See, these officers of the Lord right here. Ain't no getting around these young men right here. They know what's up. Okay, get it to me. I need to hear 4 through 7.
Revelation 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
Come out of her, that ye what?
Be not partakers of her sin.
Understand this, man. When you a part of America, you do the sins of America. America hates its people. All right? America, man, send a brother off to war in Vietnam, take his legs, send him back home on heroin with no house, and don't give a damn about it. He come back home, all kind of disease in his liver or whatever, and he try to go down to the goddamn VA. That's what it's called, Rashad.
The VA.
And then they put him on a goddamn list and make him wait. You understand? America don't give a damn about nobody, man. Especially the Israelites. Read that again.
Come. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
That sin is brotherhood, man. That sin is not loving your brother. You can send a man off to die for you in your cause, and you don't give a damn about what happened to him and his family afterwards. That's unlawful, man. That's a sin. Be not partakers of that. Because you see that in America, you hate your brother as well. Be not partakers of abortion, man. It's unlawful to kill your kids. But you live in a society under a wicked oppressor that tells you it's okay to commit murder.
Right.
Be not partakers of that, man. You understand? Thanksgiving is so-called Thanksgiving, but I don't know what the hell you got to be thankful for in this goddamn oppression that you living under. That's why the scripture said oppression make a wise man mad.
Right.
You dumb as a fool if you walk around here happy on Thursday when you a slave. Be not partakers of that. Keep going.
Come. And that ye receive not of her plagues. Verse 5, for her sins.
And Salaki, you can't pass that up, brother. Because when you sin against the Lord, you're going to receive the plagues that come from those sins.
Right.
But guess who's going to hit them? Guess who's going to get busted upside the head with them first? The Israelites.
That's right.
You understand? The white man got his day, and that's what we're reading about. It's going to happen where America gets destroyed right before your eyes. But in that process, your brother's going to get killed because you disobeyed God. All right? You're meant to be here to teach the other nations how to properly live. When they see you, they should say, this is what we're supposed to do. We should be living like the black man. Look at the black man's woman, man. She is modest and beautiful. You understand? She's protected. That's what they should say when they see us. Not she a thought, she a hoe. You understand? Let me take advantage of her because I can. You understand? The black man is supposed to be royalty on the earth. Not some skinny jeans, some skinny pants wearing faggot. You understand? The nigga got on skinny pants trying to be tough. I never heard of that. It looks like lingerie to me. Something that my woman would wear. That's not how the black man's supposed to be. He's destroyed under this kingdom, man. Keep going.
Come. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
The sins of America have reached up to the Most High God, man. The Lord sees what's going on, how he's treating his people. How he don't give a damn about the laws and teach others not to give a damn about the laws. The sins has reached up to the Most High God. Keep going.
And Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities.
Come on, man. You a fool if you think the Lord can't see what's going on. The scripture says that the Lord's eyes are brighter, 1,000 times brighter than the sun. You understand? He see what's going on. The sins have reached up to heaven, man. This place will be destroyed. Come out of her. Keep going.
Reward her even as she rewarded you.
Reward her even as she has rewarded you. That's what it says. America is that threshing floor. You understand? And she's time for harvest. God damn it. Reward her as she's rewarded you. So you were put in slavery. How dare you come up against me when I tell you that the white man is going to slavery?
That's right.
What God do you serve if you think the white man is not going to slavery? Reward her as she has rewarded you. Come on.
Come. And double unto her double according to her work.
And while you at it, give her double. That's what the Lord said. I didn't make that up. The Lord said give her double, man. Read.
In the cup which she hath filled to her double.
The same cup that we read about in Jeremiah, that golden cup, fill that cup up double for the white man.
Damn right.
Come on, man. That's thus saith the Lord. Keep going to 7.
Verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself.
How much of America glorified itself and said, we the greatest country on earth, the land of the free, the home of the brave. But who is free here? The white man.
That's right.
Who is the brave here? The black man. You understand? The black man the only one signed up for these wars, man. He trying to get out of the hell. He trying to help love the white man some more. That's a brave goddamn soul right there. You ain't received nothing but hatred in this earth, on this country. Come on, man. Keep going.
How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously.
And lived deliciously, man. Robbing every country it could find. Living deliciously, glorifying itself. Saying, make America great again. Again, that's glorifying yourself.
That's right.
You understand? When was America great? You glorifying yourself. Come on.
So much torment and sorrow give her.
Torment and sorrow give to America. And that's what's coming to America. And everybody that's joined to America. You following America and the doctrine of America, Christianity, loving everybody, this is what's going to happen to you. That's why the Lord is telling you to love your brother, man. Stop this killing, you know what I'm saying, with Israelites. We killing each other. This is not your way. This is not your culture. That's the culture of America, man. That's the culture of Babylon. That's where you got that from. Come out of her unless you want to be destroyed right with Babylon.
That's right.
And that's what we reading right here in the Bible, man. All right? Today is Tuesday, the Brotherhood class, and we're going to give you an example of what true brotherhood looks like. Because we think that, you know, what we say, man, Christ did that. Christ kept the brotherhood. Christians think that Christ is an angel or something. Christ was a man like you and me.
That's right.
He kept the brotherhood. He loved his brothers.
That's right.
He went out and warred and fought and died for his brothers. That's how you love your brother. Give me other examples of brotherhood in the Bible, because we got to show people brotherhood. The Bible, there's nothing new under the sun, okay? These times that we living in now is the same thing that was going on in the Bible, right? Come on, who can think of something? Go ahead, what you got, Michelle?
When Israel first came down to Egypt and Joseph was second in command of Egypt, their little brother was second in command. He counseled his brother, said, when you go in here about where you're going to live, tell the man you want to go down here to this particular place, and tell the man we sheep herders.
That's it.
His love for his brother kept them separate from the Egyptians and caused them to be in a place where they could grow over the years and not be robbed.
Instead of, he's talking about Joseph, okay? Instead of Joseph joining his people to the other nations, And this is what a great leader would do. This is how you know what a great leader is. Y'all pick leaders based off of their money, based off of their looks, based off of their followers on goddamn Instagram. But Joseph said, man, damn that. I ain't joining my people to these oppressors.
That's right.
And he kept us outside of you know, what they was doing and told them that we were goat herders. Because the Egyptians didn't like that.
They hated.
All right? That's a great example. Give me 1 Samuel, I think it's 41. Let me look it up. 1 Samuel 24. We're going to give you another example of brotherhood. To stay on topic of today's class, because we've been reading about the murders that's going on in Detroit, in Mexico, from the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Isupk. These curses fall upon the whole 12 tribes of Israel. But there's a way to get out of that. You understand? The scriptures, what did Christ say? They say an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, but what else? What will come after that? You can pull the scripture if you don't know.
Come.
I paraphrase. You resist not evil if you do that. All right?
Come.
And that's the stories that we read today. All right? Our brothers and sisters don't know how to resist the evil, the wickedness. All right? Brothers step on your shoes and you ready to kill them over some $60, $100 pair of shoes, man. That's because you resist not that evil. All right? The wickedness that come upon us. So give me what I asked for.
1 Samuel 24:1.
Yeah, give me that.
Starting at the first verse.
Right now, we're going to read about a great example of brotherhood in the Bible, all right, from King David, when he was being pursued by Saul. Go ahead and read it.
1 Samuel chapter 24, verse 1. And it came to pass, when Saul was returned from following the Philistines, that it was told him, saying, Behold, David is in the wilderness of En-gedi.
Understand, David and Saul is fighting against the other nations. David is truly fighting against the other nations with nothing else on his mind but killing these people, the enemies of God, and protecting himself. Saul is strictly on a mission to kill David, man. All right? Keep going.
Then Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and went to seek David and his men upon the rocks of the wild goats. Verse 3, and he came to the sheepcotes by the way, where was a cave, and Saul went in to cover his feet.
So he went to the sheepcotes where it was a cave. Saul went in to this cave to get cover. Okay? Keep going.
And David and his men remained in the sides of the cave.
David and his men, I think he had about 400 to 600 men. They were all inside the cave hiding. Saul went in there to get cover. They were already in there. Keep going.
And the men of David said unto him, Behold, the day of which the Lord said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thy hand.
And immediately, these brothers started to get in King David's head. They tried to get it. And that's why it's important for you to be a strong individual, strong-minded individual, all right? Don't go for the rumors and the gossip all the goddamn time. Don't go for the instigating all the time. Be
That's
a
right.
strong-willed man.
That's
So
right.
when you can judge right from wrong, seek counsel of the men of the Lord, all right? Don't just go off your emotions and make just a spur of the moment decision that'll have you kill your brother. There's a lot of things that come into play when it comes to following the laws of God, right? Have some discipline.
That's right.
You know, have some discipline. Be merciful like the Most High God. Understand, if the Most High God was not merciful, you would not be here.
Damn right.
Be merciful like the Most High God, because we've all committed sins against our power. Most of these sins are worthy of death. But the Lord was merciful. All right? Be merciful like our power. Be merciful like David. Don't listen to this gossip. As soon as they saw that Saul was there, they started gossiping. They trying to get David. But go ahead, keep going.
I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand.
Start over.
Come.
Saul went in the cave. David and his men were already in that cave. And it started from them saying the gospel part.
Time. 1 Samuel 24, verse 4. And the men of David said unto him, Behold, the day of which the Lord said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thy hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee.
So they saying, behold, man, Saul done came in, we in here. Basically, what they saying is we done caught Saul slipping. How many times have you seen somebody you beefing with? Because the scriptures say, what did Christ say? Love thy enemies.
That's right.
How many times you see somebody you was beefing with in the world and you would give him a pass? You understand? This is why you got this so-called quote-unquote black-on-black crime. You understand?
Right.
A phrase that I don't like to use. But this is why you have this. Because these brothers refuse to forgive each other and love one another. Come on.
Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privately.
Now he saw his enemy, which really wasn't David's enemy, man. But Saul was trying to kill him. And what did David do? He didn't kill him. He cut off the robe. He cut off a piece of his garment. Come on.
Verse 5, and it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him.
David was a righteous man of the Lord, man. He didn't put a knife in Saul. He didn't hit Saul with the butt of the gun. Like some of you niggas out here, man, y'all can't wait to embarrass your brother. You understand? You want to beat up your brother. You know, you want to hit him with a pistol and try to embarrass him because he said something that you just couldn't let ride. You have no mercy and no love for your brother. You quick to do harm against your brother. But what did David do? He just cut off the garment. Because he could have put a knife through him. But when he did that, he was vexed. Like, he was like, damn, I shouldn't even did that. That's a righteous man right there. Come on. Go what you got, Michelle.
You brought up earlier General Hyman's class, and this is what he was speaking to directly when he said the reason Jay-Z can be a drug dealer, don't go to prison, and become a multi-millionaire is because he can do just about anything required to become that, and his conscience don't have a damn thing to say to him about it. You see, but David, all he did was cut off Saul's the bottom part of his.
This is a piece of his clothes.
A piece of clothes. Just a piece of his clothes, and it said his heart smote him. Any other place in the Bible where you see smoke, that means dead, killed somebody. He smoked him. He didn't just hit him; he killed him.
That's heavy.
So it's hard. It hit him so hard.
That's heavy.
You know, that it was you know, his heart killed him because.
Understand now when you read this. This ain't no pump.
No, damn it.
This ain't no. You know what I'm saying? This nigga ain't soft right here, man. This is a straight up killer, man. And when I say killer, like he done put hundreds of people to death. This is the man that killed Goliath. Cut his goddamn head off and kept it for a souvenir.
That's right.
And gave the sword to the Lord.
That's right.
That's a killer right here. But when he came up against his brother, his heart smote him. He was like, God damn, man. I shouldn't even cut that piece of the garment off on that brother. Because that's my brother, man.
Come.
Go ahead, what you guys about?
If I could, so didn't King David, didn't he love Saul?
Oh yeah, you gonna read about it right here. Keep going.
Come. And he said unto his men, the Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord.
Man, we all are anointed of the Lord. We the Lord's children. You understand? To stretch forth your hand against the Lord. We're gonna let David talk and then I'll break it down. Go ahead.
Come. So like the other one, we went out, I gotta get it back.
I think he was at 4 or 5.
Come.
Yeah, start at 5.
It's 5, come. And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him because he had cut off Saul's skirt. And he said unto his men, the Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord. Verse 7, so David stayed his servants with these words, and suffered them not to rise against Saul. But Saul rose up out of the cave and went on his way.
Understand, all this time, they got Saul in the cave. They all surrounded Saul. All right, they surrounded Saul. They could have easily killed David or his men. David, instead of killing him, David started to teach his brothers brotherhood. You understand? Like, don't put your hands on this man. This is the anointing of the Most High God. And that's how we should look at our brothers. You understand?
That's right.
You might be beefing with your brother over something emotional or something petty like that. But man, come on, man. Don't kill your brother, man. Show some compassion against your brother.
Damn right.
Most of the time, it's a one-sided fight anyway. It's a fight where you know you about to straight slaughter your brother. You understand? Right. Have some mercy and compassion on your brother, man. And we showing you an example of this right here. Keep going.
So David stayed his servants with these words, and suffered them not to rise against Saul. But Saul rose up out of the cave and went on his way. Verse 8, David also arose afterward and went out of the cave and cried after Saul, saying, my Lord, the king. And when Saul looked behind him, David stooped with his face to the earth and bowed himself.
Keep going.
Verse 9, and David said to Saul, wherefore hearest thou men's words, saying, behold, David seeketh thy hurt?
So he touching on the gossip now. You know what I'm saying? First, he called Saul. Now, David is hiding from Saul. Saul got about 600 men. David got a couple hundred men too. You know what I'm saying? He's hiding from Saul. But when he cut that garment off, he like, man, let me let this brother know. I could have destroyed him right here. All right? So he breaking it down and he's saying, man, basically, read 9 again.
And David said to Saul, wherefore hearest thou men's words?
Y'all, you hearest thou men's words. Come on.
Saying, behold, David seeketh thy hurt?
Understand this, man. A lot of times that you mad at your brother, it's over gossip. It's over rumors. It's over Facebook. That's why the scriptures tell you to go to him and him alone.
Damn right.
You understand? And Saul and David is beefing over gossip. So he's saying, man, who said I was going to hurt you, man? Where you getting this from? Come on.
Verse 10, behold, this day thine eyes have seen how that the Lord had delivered thee today into mine hand in the cave. And some bade me kill thee.
Some asked, my man asked me to off with your head, man. You was just in the cave with me. You didn't even know it. Come on.
But mine eye spared thee.
Come on.
And I said, I will not put forth mine hand against my Lord.
Read it again.
But mine eye spared thee. And I said, I will not put forth my hand against my Lord.
This is how you stop so-called black on black crime.
Right there.
You understand? That's what you got to do. You got to say, man, I'm not going to put my hand towards my brother, man. I'm not going to hit my brother with this gun. I'm not about to try to embarrass my brother and beat him up in front of his wife and his kids.
Damn right.
You understand? My brother over there, man, he don't understand the laws, man. I'm going to teach my brother these laws. I see him destroying himself with Christianity, destroying himself with the white man's drugs, destroying himself with pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. I'm going to help my brother because I love my brother. This is how you keep the brotherhood, man.
That's right.
This is how you stop from killing your brothers. Come on.
Verse 11. Moreover, my father, see the skirt.
Time check 8:55. Come on, we're going to finish off at 12, brother.
Come. See the skirt of thy robe in thy hand? For in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe, and killed thee not. Know thou and see that there is neither evil nor transgression in my hand. And I have not sinned against thee, yet thou huntest my soul to take it.
So he's showing David, man, we not enemies, man. I could have killed you, but I ain't gonna do that, man. I'm trying to love my brother, man. I could have easily slaughtered you. How many times did David have to kill Saul? Who knows?
I don't know exactly.
Scripture say 2 times. You could have killed him. You understand? David showed mercy each time. Let's skip to 12.
Come. You said hit 12?
Yeah.
Come. The Lord judged between, Salakia, 1 Samuel 24 verse 12. The Lord judged between me and thee,
Come on.
and the Lord avenge me of thee, but mine hand shall not be upon thee.
Now that's heavy.
Come.
Come on, we're gonna break that down. Go ahead, Rashad. Salakia, you got something?
Come. The Lord put enmity between these two.
Read it again, Rashad.
I'm going to come. The Lord judged between me and thee.
So, and with that part right there, he chose David to be the king over Saul. Read.
And
Found that.
okay, no. And the Lord judged between me and thee, and the Lord avenge me of thee, but mine hand shall not be upon thee.
Go ahead.
Now that part I'm stuck on. It's like,
What you got, Rashad?
Come. There's a beef between two brothers. The Most High saw it. David know the Most High saw the beef that was between him and Saul. By allowing Saul to come into the cage and fall down and go to sleep while David hid there, he placed Saul in David's hand. David could have killed him, and righteously so, because
Keep it short.
okay,
Short.
David could have killed him, but and David just told him, the Lord gave you in my hands, but I took it upon myself not to kill you. I'm not going to kill you. Even though you might be beefing with the Lord, I'm not going to be the one to kill you. I'm your brother.
The Lord judged between me and thee, and the Lord avenged me of thee. Break that down.
Come. He looked at the beef between David and Saul, and in the council saw that David was right.
All right, look.
Like I said, the Lord chose David to be king over Saul. So that made Saul feel some type of way towards David.
Go into the history. Break down the words. Read the words. The Lord judged between me and thee, and the Lord avenged me of thee.
Because the Lord avenged.
Who put Saul where he was?
The Lord.
The Lord judged between me and thee. Read it one more time, Michelle.
The Lord judged between me and thee, and the Lord avenged me of thee.
Right, look. The Lord said that vengeance is mine, right? Vengeance is of the Lord. So
That's right.
you taking it upon your own hand means what? That you don't think that the Lord is going to avenge you, right? Read it from the top.
Come. The Lord judged between me and thee, and the Lord avenge me of thee, but mine hand shall not be upon thee.
You understand that? Just break it down as vengeance is of the Lord, right? Because for time purposes.
Come.
You love the Lord, you serve the Lord, man, you ain't got nothing to do with that. The Lord rose him up, the Lord gonna bring him down. Alright?
So did the Lord kill Saul?
Hell, Salaki, yes. Salaki. The Lord killed Saul, and as well as your enemy.
Come.
It's a part in here that I want y'all to read about wickedness, man.
Is it 13, sir?
Give me that.
As said the proverb of the ancients, wickedness proceeded from the wicked.
That's heavy right there. Wickedness proceeded from the wicked. Come on.
But my hand shall not be upon thee.
You understand that? Wickedness proceeded from the wicked. So because you follow the ideology, the doctrine of white people, all right, you
That's
become that wicked person. That wickedness come from wicked. So you can't Stop from killing your brother because you are that wicked man. You understand? You got that it's embedded in you to be wicked, to hate your brother. That's why you can't stop it. Wickedness come from the wicked. The white man taught you how to be wicked. The white man taught you how to destroy your brother. That's why you do it. All right? But you got to stop that. You got to come out of that ideology and be who you are. The chosen people of the Lord that loves your brother. You're not that wicked man. Be of the Lord. Wickedness comes from the wicked. All right? You're not that wicked man. You're not the oppressor. You don't drop bombs on Hiroshima. That's not you. That's why black people are not successful in crime. We're not, man, come on, we're the strongest out here, the smartest people out here. Why we ain't taking over everything? It's because we have morals, man. Wickedness comes from the wicked, basically. That's what the scripture is saying. The time check, man. For time purposes, we're going to cut the classes. We got to do what we got to do. We got to shop, all right? So we're going to call up Officer and Thousands of Rock, get the security announcements. Shalom, Israel. Y'all come Salaki, take care of that after the class. I'm done with it. Okay, Salaki. Read that during make sure the phone got that. I believe that's the one about Hebrew Academy.
Yep, come on. Security announcements. We're the Isupk, start at 1 West, 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has a particular slack, they're here to share themselves of the word. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3 and 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Up and coming holy convocation, the feast of dedication. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarf. And also we got the up and coming Passover coming up. We got the Isupk 51st Passover, which is 2020, April 9th, 2020. Commanding General Yohana will be accepting the men who are willing to stand for Hebrew Academy for 2021. Prepare yourself and let your camp leaders know. All right? And with that being said, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajim, Majim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, 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 dismissed.